Welcome to the Nasty Labs podcast, part of the HyperX podcast network. Wait.
Nasty Labs.
Chew High Labs.
we're the podcast from Game Studio Chew High Labs, where we talk about games, Game Does Japan, and whatever else comes up. As always, we're your hosts, Kinsey and Mark. So open yourself up a Chew High and let's go.
Let's go. Kinsey, Burke, you nailed that intro. I think that was the best one you've ever done.
From memory.
Open yourself up a Chew High and let's go. Kinsey, Burke, welcome back to the studio. How are you today?
Me welcome back.
Yeah.
You welcome back.
Yeah, why, thank you.
You're finally out of COVID jail.
Yes.
We're very happy to have you back.
Yay, back. I'm back. Hey, I was in COVID jail for 8 days, and my coworker, Liam Edwards, was in COVID jail for 9 days. I won. And we just got back from PAX East, and previously we were at WASD WASD in London. And now I'm feeling good, and I'm back in the studio with you and the rest of the team. What the heck's been going on? Huh?
You know what?
No.
Some great stuff has been going on.
Okay.
Did you catch the Nintendo Indie World last night for us?
Just pretending like we didn't all watch it. Did you catch the Nintendo Indie?
Did you catch that?
Yes, Kinsey Burke, I watched it. Are we allowed to talk about it in this section, or is this like news or something like that?
We're allowed.
Okay, yes, I stayed up last night, and I was pretty excited because not only did we get to show our game, Curse to Golf, a couple of seconds on there, a bunch of our friends got to show their stuff, and some of the internet says that this is the worst indie world, and I actually don't agree.
There was a lot of stuff in there I really liked and wanted to play.
Overall, if this isn't news, I'm just gonna say it.
It's not news. Go ahead.
Yeah. Our buddies over at Doinksoft, they just announced their brand new game, Gunbrella, and
looks rad as fuck.
looks super super rad. We were just hanging out with them last week in PAX, and they didn't say anything about this, and it's super weird when one of your close friends doesn't tell you a secret, and he's like, no, you just have to wait, man. You just have to wait. And it was worth the wait. And right now, go watch the trailer for Gunbrella after you've completed this podcast. That and a couple. You like the crab.
Another crab's treasure.
You like that?
So what I love about that game is not the kind of game that I would ever play. If you describe something as a Souls-like, I kind of am like, no thanks, you know. But I also really like hermit crabs. And the fact that you can use just like random garbage, because you have to have a shell on, or else you're like weak.
Right.
That's your defense.
Go
and you can just pick up like an old soup can you found on the bottom of the ocean, or like a coffee cup. I love that.
I believe there are 40 cans available.
There's at
40
least
shells.
What did it say? At least 50 shells?
At least 50 shells.
Damn. If you were a hermit crab, what would you wear on your butt as a shell?
Oh, that's a very odd question. I've never Budweiser can. Absolutely. Budweiser, the old school, not Bud Light, like the red and white can. That's what I would wear.
The original Budweiser.
Yeah, because when they get a little rusty, they look pretty cool.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
How you like me now? What would you wear? What would you wear?
What about I'm gonna have a sweet like Erlenmeyer flask.
Yeah.
Number 1, brand represent, Chew High Labs. Number 2,
yes,
it's rad. And it's like skinny, and then my butt's all big because it's like it goes skinny, you know. And
right. And it would be like
opening on the butt.
You'd be able to see it the entire time. See your butt.
Oh, that's true.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. That's a weird topic you just brought up. Anything else from the show that looked great on your eyeballs?
I am excited to try Ooblets again, because
Okay.
I played the game preview whenever that came out on Xbox One, so a few years ago, and I did really like it, but it looked like from this trailer like a lot's been added.
Right.
So I'm really excited to kind of dive into that again, because I mean, having a game where it's not only like farming-ish, like you can grow new like Ooblets, like Pikmin almost, you can grow them, but also to battle them, it's a dance battle. It's a dance battle.
That sounds pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah, Ooblets. And for me also totally awesome or totally accurate. Battlegrounds looks pretty great. I'm a big fan of the Totally Accurate series, and the fact that it's going to be on Switch is pretty exciting because it looks just as dumb as it always has been and always.
Hell
will.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably totally awesome too.
Yeah, I mean it is. I don't know if you haven't played those games already. Go on Steam and play them.
I like their Wobble trailer.
Yeah. Me too.
Wobble.
Anything else that was calling out to you?
Yeah, there was the game where the narrative game where this is gonna be horrible because I don't remember the name of it. Where she's on the airship and it's like a nursing home and you're like can listen into people's stories or like go into the room and be part of the story.
Is that
like,
the Australian one?
Yeah.
Australian airship nursing home.
Yeah, that
simulator.
one. Seemed right up my alley.
Yeah, that I immediately was like, Kinsey would like this. That's what I was thinking. I like. It's not really my thing, but that doesn't mean it's not for people. Yeah, man, and just what a great showing. A bunch of Devolver titles. The goat game, lamb of the cult of the lamb.
You got there.
Took a lot of words to get that one. That looks great on the Switch. Yeah.
I just love my Switch. It's becoming my little indie machine, and it's not really what I expected when I originally got it.
Interesting.
So I love that it's like kind of turned into that. Makes me happy.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. The Switch is basically just indie games plus Nintendo titles. That's it.
Yeah,
really,
it's kind of great.
Like first party plus great indie titles. Yeah, interesting. That is all I play on my Switch. When's the last time you turned on your Switch?
Just the other day.
What'd you play?
Well, we'll get to that.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh fuck. I'm gonna be super boned on this one. I'll be back.
And we have a great show lined up for you today. We're gonna go into What Up, where we talk about what we're playing, which is where that part goes.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
And then we'll jump right into our main topic, news, and then we'll answer your questions from Discord.
Hell yeah. All right. Make room for huge plays with a HyperX Alloy Origin 65 mechanical keyboard and the Pulsefire Haste wireless mouse. Kinsey?
The Alloy Origin 65 has a functionally compact form factor, keeping the arrow keys without the numpad and function keys.
Wow. The Pulsefire Haste is the lightest. It's light wireless mouse from HyperX featuring a robust connection. Dude, that's so robust. Up to 100 hours of battery life and even is water resistant. You can take it 100 meters under the water and it will work.
The Alloy Origin 65 and Pulsefire Haste wireless. That's the whole sentence.
There it is.
Keep your setup clean and clutter-free with the Alloy Origin 65 mechanical keyboard and the Pulsefire Haste wireless mouse.
Buy it now. Tell your friends to buy it. Go to HyperX.com. Go to HP.com. I think that's another place you can get it. Also, have a great day.
All right, and now it's time for What Up, where we talk about what we're playing.
Right.
Mark Lentz.
Yeah, all right.
What are you playing?
So that's a great question. Kinsey, I've been having a long think about this lately, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been having a good time.
Interesting. A good time with what game, I might ask.
So here's the D. I can't even bullshit it. Yeah, I'm not playing anything right now. I did just buy Tiny Tina's Wonderland, but I haven't played it yet because here's my bullshit part. We're all gonna play it in the studio together, but that's next week, and I'll report on it at that time. In the meantime, Kinsey Burke. I hear that you've been playing games. All right, guys, I haven't played any games, and this is going to be her reoccurring thing. She's going to try to get me every fucking week.
I hate to be the one to tell you, but did you know that last episode you also weren't playing anything?
All right, hold on. This is bullshit. Last time I was in quarantine. Now I'm just out of quarantine.
That's the best time to play games.
I read.
I mean, fine.
Yeah, like
guy.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not even like fuck off. It's more like it's a great opportunity because like that's all you can do. I don't know.
And if you're in our Discord, you'll know that he also really decided that he likes planes now, which we talked a little bit about in the last episode
I do
as well
like planes.
too.
Yeah, so I really like planes. I will read a book about. Wait, I should play a game about planes. That's what I'll do. Okay.
You should play a game about planes.
Okay, it's done. Kinsey, Burke, it is your turn to tell us about what you've been playing. Is it a online game?
So I apologize to those of you who have been like, gosh, he talks about Destiny a lot, but I'm talking about Destiny again. Well, because a thing is happening now, and that's like, I'm such a sucker for like an event.
Okay.
And right now is the Guardian Games, where they kind of, pitch Titan, Warlock, and Hunter against each other. And
okay, speak to us like we don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so there's this game called Destiny.
Okay, no, so speed up just a little bit. What is a thing? A hunter? Are these is like classes?
These are
classes.
classes. So it's basically like the Olympics, and it's
Right.
like there's 3 classes in Destiny, and it is each class versus each class.
Got it.
So not in like a PvP sense, but in more of a like you accomplish things and you earn medals because it's the like Olympic Games. It's the Guardian Games. So you earn medals and then you turn those medals in to like count towards your class.
How do you get a medal? Do you shoot a guy or do you run up a hill faster than another?
Yeah,
so what do you do?
Like there's a few different ways to do it, but I basically usually will play strikes. So I'll get all my strike bounties and then I'll get the bounties.
What is a strike bounty? Help. Come on. I don't know what any of this stuff is,
so
man.
Think of a bounty almost like a little like mini quest that you can do just for that day. And it'll be something like, kill 50 of this enemy type, use this gun. Like it's things like that.
Oh, I see.
So it's just like little like objectives that you can do. And for the Guardian Games, they also have their own set of bounties.
Right.
And so I'll usually grab those. Normally the ones that have to do with strikes, so I can like do them at the same time.
It's not bowling.
No.
Okay.
No.
Listeners, viewers, you're on my side, right? Come on, help me out in the comments now. Say like what the hell is she talking about? Okay, continue. Just tell us about a strike.
So a strike is basically just like a short level, and it's 3 players. So you get match made with people, and it's just there's like a handful of strikes, so people memorize them. So you just run through it.
You play the same stages over and over.
Correct.
With also people that are your same kind of character.
No. It's whoever you get match made with.
You said
But your medals that you win are for the most part like personal things. Like you did this X amount of times, you get a medal. You did this thing. So it's not.
So what is hunter versus gatherer? What does any of that mean?
Because it's just like, whatever class you play as, that's the one you represent in the Guardian Games. And what I think is really funny is that there's
Continue.
Hunters, Warlocks, and Titans, which is basically, like a wizard, a knight, and a rogue is basically what it is.
Wizards.
And mage, is that a better word? It's a wizard. I don't know.
But you're like carrying a shotgun.
Sure, you could be, yes.
Okay. Maybe I don't know what this game is. I should look at this game one time.
It's free to play.
Yeah.
But I will say, one thing about Destiny, totally offshoot. It does not onboard new players well. So you'll feel the same way you feel with me talking to you, or you're like, what the fuck is going on? You'll feel the same way when you try to play it. And then it'll slowly click. Or you have someone play with you who can show you the ropes.
All right. Let me ask you. If I was to join Destiny 2 Guardian Games downloadable now.
Yes.
If I was to join that game, could I beat you? Could I beat you and your husband at the game?
I mean, you could try.
No, I mean, can I, though? Is it possible?
Sure. I'll let you think. You know what?
No.
Dream big, buddy.
Get the fuck out of here with that. I will join because it's free to play if I can win against you.
Yeah.
Is it that kind of game? That's what I'm asking.
There is PvP. I just never play it.
Oh, okay. I can't go into your game and shoot you or something.
I mean, it's funny because when you're on the same team, you can shoot each other, but there's no like friendly fire.
Right.
So sometimes, especially when I got the dumb cat dance, like I would start doing my stupid like anime girl cat dance,
and people just
shoot me.
Yeah, that's
and I'm
fun.
like, I'm a cat.
That's pretty fun. Is the game massively multiplayer? Do you run around and see other people and wave?
Yeah, in its own way. Where like when you go back to the hub,
Right.
Your hub is not everybody's hub. There's only like 20 people in this particular hub or whatever, unless they're in your fire team.
Right.
So it's more like that. So it's like an MMO light. But I like that part of it a lot. Also, a lot of people have really stupid names in Destiny, so that's like my favorite part. Is I'll walk by and I'm like, that guy's ball toast. It's hilarious.
Ball toast. I like that name. Yeah. So can you build a house or something like that? Like, what do you?
Absolutely not.
What do your points do?
Your points?
All right, you've been playing this game for like 9 fucking years or some shit. What does your point do? Like you get a point.
Well, it's all per season, kind of like they're doing Halo Infinite. Right. So you can build up your character, but it only counts for that season, and it resets at the next season.
So everything you've done is gone?
Yeah. But I mean, you still have all of your stuff.
What stuff?
Like your guns and your armor and that kind of stuff.
Is your
and then
gun,
that's all reset to a certain level.
Is your gun, like if I join tomorrow free to play game, download, if your gun, is my gun worser than yours?
I've never paid money for it, so.
Are guns worse?
Yeah, I mean, it has like the standard RPG thing where it's like the blue gun is worse than the, purple gun, which is worse than the yellow gun, like kind of thing. It has that. Okay,
so if we were to go PvP tomorrow, you would win just because you have more gooder guns.
I guess tomorrow, yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. This game's rigged. I'm not playing that. Fuck that game. So, what's the end goal for Guardian games?
End goal is that my class wins, is what I would like, obviously. But okay, so I play as a hunter, and that's like the most popular class. Okay. So I think it's funny that they nerfed hunters to make it so the other classes had a chance. And then the first week, like warlocks way smashed everybody, and I was like, "Whoa, big nerf!"
Right, big.
But
nerf.
I mean, I also like kind of don't care. I mean, it'd be cool if hunters won, but
well, okay. So what happens if you win?
I'm trying to remember. So hunters won last year, and we did have a statue in the tower where it has all 3 of the animals, but the snake, which is hunters, was gold. What?
So hold on.
And you probably get like an item if your class wins. It's all about having fun and it's the friends we made along the way.
Destiny 2, Guardian games, friends.
It's about the friends we made along the way.
So if I was to download now and join for exactly one day, I would be a winner of Warlock?
You could be, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I could at least say, well, my class won to you?
Yeah, well, I mean, they won that week. They didn't win the whole game.
Oh, so there will be an overall win.
Yes.
And at the end, is there going to be some like in-game video? That
there's like a ceremony, I think, usually.
And it's like, it only happens one. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Pretty excited about it.
Have you ever done one of those things, those like massively in-game experiences? Like, you know how Fortnite has like, they had Weezer and they had like, whatever, Travis Scott or whatever.
I should do that.
Do they have them? I assume they do.
I mean, on a much, much smaller scale. Sure. But it's pretty sweet. But I'm also playing something else.
Okay. Tell us more.
So, because it's the last time I turned on my Switch, like you were asking, I downloaded Phoenix Immortals Rising or Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Nice.
It's one of those.
It's one of your favorite games.
It's one of my favorite games. But it's funny because whenever I talk about it, I'm like, Phoenix, Immortals Rising. But the way it's written, it's like Immortals Rising is smaller.
Oh,
yeah.
So
then you're like, wait, so what? Immortals Rising Phoenix?
Right,
what?
right.
But anyways, so I started playing this because it was on sale, and it's been on like my radar for a while, but I keep forgetting it exists. But it was on sale, so I was like, oh, sweet, I'm going to get it.
Okay. What is Phoenix Immortals Rising?
It's basically like a Greek mythology game.
Sounds good.
It's great. Okay. So, but it's also Breath of the Wild, and I'll get to that.
Ooh. Ooh, this sounds good.
So I just sat and played it for like 4 hours the other day, and it tries to be funny, which I do like it when games do that. The writing's a bit cheesy, but I kind of like it. So it's basically like, oh no. It's not Perseus. It's the other guy. Anyways, one of the Greek guys is telling Zeus this story about Phoenix.
Right.
And so Zeus is basically like comic relief. Zeus is such an asshole. I love it.
Oh, Zeus.
Oh, Zeus. But basically, you're immortal, and you survived some calamity, and you're getting god powers. And so then you're the only hope, basically, like most RPGs.
Obviously.
But the thing that I am really enjoying about it is, number one, it's beautiful.
Cool.
But it reminds me so much of Breath of the Wild because, like, you're getting these little powers that are kind of similar to Breath of the Wild. But I didn't even see it at first. There's these, like, caverns you can jump into that are basically shrines where you do, like, a little puzzle or something, and then that cavern is done.
And that gets you points that you can spend on making your character more gooder.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I really like Greek mythology already.
Go on.
And I don't know. I'm really, really, really enjoying it. It's really fun to play. All the mechanics are really satisfying. Like, I feel like my character and myself are getting better at the game. And I'm just really enjoying it. It's beautiful. And I recently got my, like, mount, so I trained a deer and a horse, and I can ride both of them. Well, not at the same time, which would be rad.
Okay. Kinsey, what is your favorite? You said you like Greek mythology a lot. What is your favorite god, titan, or myth? Viewers, you guess right now in the comments. What? No, but seriously, I
think my favorite like Greek mythology story is maybe Persephone.
Okay.
I really like her story because I feel like she took a real bad situation and just like turned it around, and she's like, whatever, I'm like ruler of the underworld, even though it's Hades. But they're almost like partners at that point. Like, she took a bad situation, made it real good, and then she gets to come up for spring. And then she gets worshipped because everyone's like, whoa, you ended the bad weather and you're so great. Me
now.
Yeah. So when she's like, on Earth.
The mortal coil.
The mortal Earth. Like, she's like worshipped for being this person who like ended the bad weather and brings forth spring and rejuvenation and all of that stuff. And then when she's in the underworld, she's like on her fucking throne of skulls, like,
how you like me now?
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, because her story started off real sad.
Okay.
So I like that she turns it around, and she's just badass by the end of it.
She had a come up,
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah,
okay. That was a good choice. I think.
Do you have a favorite?
Narcissus, because he's like sitting there staring at himself in the water, this reflection. And then falls in and drowns because he loves himself too much. That's pretty cool. Mm. What's the one where the dude bangs his mom?
It's probably several stories. And Dionysus, he's like the god of wine, and I'm like, the guy's all right.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Well, no, what's the one where he like bangs his mom and then like he gets separated from her and then bangs her and like later in life?
Oh,
that's pretty. Oedipus Rex. That's not my favorite.
So Phoenix is much more wholesome so far.
Right,
it's very PG. And also like Breath of the Wild, you get like wings. So there's like the glide mechanic. Like,
cool.
Every RPG or every adventure game should have that now that I've played Breath of the Wild, because it's the most satisfying thing.
It is. Is it limited like Breath of the Wild? How do we feel about that?
So far it is.
Okay.
But it looks like I can upgrade it, but I'm not quite sure yet if that goes to like full flight,
Yes, I want full flight, but I also don't know if having full flight would make it my life better. Would it?
So one way to find out. Gotta upgrade them wings.
Gotta upgrade them wings.
But overall, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
The comedy's pretty cheesy, but I enjoy some good cheesy comedy every so often. And especially since I recently played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is also ancient Greece.
Right.
It's like way different tone.
Sure.
And I kind of love that since I kind of just played that one.
Awesome. That sounds like you're having a good time. Are you going to complete the game, you think?
I'm hoping to. I'm really enjoying it so far. So,
all right. Before we go to the next topic, though, I do want to bring up the fact that we did all just buy Borderlands or Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Do you have? We're all going to be reporting on this next week, but like, do you have a lot of experience in the Borderlands?
Not really. No.
Okay.
I played the first one,
Right.
and then I played some of the second one,
Right.
And I think my partner and I started the third one co-op, and then didn't get very far for whatever reason. Something else came out, or
Sure.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a genre that's not for everybody, but that for people that it is for, it works really well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it. The last one I played was Borderlands 2, and I played it from start to finish in one setting, with 3 people.
In one sitting?
In one sitting.
Whoa.
Yeah, in a Korean PC bang. It's like a computer room, and like we were smoking cigarettes because there's like 100 people and they're all playing the game.
How long did it take you?
I don't remember. I want to say it was 24 hours because we were really into the looting aspect. So but we walked out and it was a day later, and my wife was really angry at me.
You just come out and you're like, whoa.
Oh yeah, it was really bad.
What day is it?
Yeah, it was really bad. But that said, I'm really looking forward to playing it with the people upstairs, and next week we will report on it. I'm pretty pumped.
Hell yeah.
Hello, my name's Jonathan Dunn, host of the O3C podcast. Every week I'm joined by my 2 best gaming buddies, Chris and Minty, and we talk about the games we're playing, the games we love, and how they rank alongside our sacrosanct top 100 favourite video games of all time lists. Deep dives into gaming mechanics, history and lore abound, all topped off with lashings of irreverent dry British wit, witterings and wisdom. For details on the show and more, head to o3c.games and tune in every Monday on the HyperX podcast network.
And now it's time for our main topic.
Which is what?
And it's none other than summer. It's the summer of Chuhai. It's the summer of us playing some fucking video games.
It's the summer of Kinsey. Let's be honest. Kinsey, Burke, hold on. You just got here a month ago, and like it's already great weather, and you're getting a new fucking house in like a couple of days. This is your summer more than anybody else's.
So excited.
You just kind of won. So what the heck are you going to be doing this summer, and how are games going to be related?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So, I'm a little bit terrified for the rainy season in Japan.
Right.
Because that sounds miserable. But on one hand,
Yeah.
it's probably a really good time to play games.
Yeah, I mean, you're
If you don't wanna
trapped.
go outside, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like there's no reason to be scared of the rain. It just rains.
Yeah.
And it's just boring. And
But it's like muggy hot rain, right?
yeah, it is. But at least
Yeah.
if you're outside while it's raining, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, and it does, like you said, it gives you a fantastic excuse to sit around and not do something because you just got here. There's no way. I think the listeners and viewers would agree with me. There's no way that you're going to let a single fucking weekend go by without going and doing something.
I mean,
Right?
that's how it's been so far.
And I'm thinking it's going to be like that for the whole entire summer, unless you're hungover or it's raining. And you're going to really enjoy those days because it'll be like, finally, I can not do something.
It's raining. It's video game day.
But does that not sound right? I mean, it sounds like, because you're such a busy body, you want to do something all the time. So
I'm a doer.
You are a doer. So what the hell are you going to do?
I'm probably going to continue my weekend touristy stuff as long as I can.
Right?
But so when I think of summer, I think of taking trips and stuff like that.
Sure.
Are you going to take any trips this summer?
Absolutely. I'm hoping to go to Okinawa at the end of this month, actually.
Oh, hell yeah. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to go to Wakayama.
Tell us about Wakayama and the beaches.
I don't know much about it.
Okay.
But your lady told me all about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to do that. And she was like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been to Wakayama.
That's what I know about it.
I've never been there. I know that my wife goes there quite a bit because it's the closest beach to us. Mm-hmm. the closest beach that's not in a cove where boats go, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And
It sounded really awesome.
yeah, everything looks pretty cool. I've actually only been to one beach in Japan, and that was on the Sea of Japan side, and it was awesome.
Oh, I really want to explore like Sea of Japan area.
I mean,
I really want to do that.
It's no one's there, comparatively, and shoot, it's just so nice and lovely.
Looks beautiful.
I'm a beach person, so I'm pretty excited. And I only found out recently that you are you're a diver.
I used to be, yeah.
I
I mean, is it like riding a bike? It's not. But
when's the last time? Well, okay. Do you plan? You have your diving license up to like not the first one, but you've got like the second or third diving
I have
license.
the third level one.
Third level.
The rescue diver.
Rescue diver. I mean, it seems like now's the time to relive that rescue diving.
That would be pretty sweet because I'm sure like Sea of Japan and around Okinawa, I'm sure there's fantastic dives.
Right.
So it'd be awesome to get back into that, even just to like, rent some gear for a day and see what's all about again. That'd be really fun.
Okay, but you're not planning on doing it. I'm planning on learning how to dive. I don't know how to dive. I'm still enthralled with the fact that you have your diver license. Is it a rating? What's that? What's it called?
I guess it's sort of like a license.
Well, okay. Well, anyway,
Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
So she's gonna do that.
Diving license is fun to say because it's like driver's license.
So okay, you're gonna go to Wakayama. You're also gonna get to see some of the first events here in Japan. Like the upcoming one here in Kyoto is Gion Matsuri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's actually happening this year because
Yep.
it hasn't for a while because obviously COVID.
Right.
So I'm really happy that it's back this year.
Yeah.
It's like it's just for me.
Yeah, it is sort of just for you. And for listeners, Gion Matsuri is like the festival here in Gion, and basically there's these giant. I'm gonna dumb it down, but there's these giant ass towers that are made in like each is it not a ward district but something like that. But motherfuckers carry these huge things around town, and like music is loud as hell, and it's just this awesome, incredible.
It's like a parade float.
But people
carry it.
Yeah, and it's really huge, and like some dudes are in thongs. And it sounds like I'm culturally insensitive. I'm not being that. I just love it, and it's a great excuse to get out because there's tons of food and tons of like festival food, which Japanese festival food is really fun.
Yeah.
And my favorite is the jumbo oysters, the steamed jumbo oysters, and they're like the actual meat itself is probably the size of a baby's fist. Very strange way to describe
it's a big oyster.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So we got Gion Matsuri coming up. I think really huge thing that's coming up might be your first Bit Summit.
Yeah. I'm so excited for Bit Summit this year. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Bit Summit is going to be okay. Whew. Bit Summit is one of my favorite gaming events in the world. It is definitely the best one in Japan. It's the Japanese indie game festival. It's not too dissimilar from like PAX or some event like that, but it's way smaller. But Japan focused. A lot of international people come though, and you have a little bit of a history with Bit Summit.
Yeah, so 2 years ago they did their Bit Summit Gaiden, and they did their online only.
Right.
So I did some streaming for them and got to try a bunch of the games that were being featured, and that was so much fun, and everybody was so nice. Like I met a lot of the organizers then, so I was just really excited to meet everybody in person and finally get to go, and I'm very excited. And
I don't think I ever told you this, but that was before you worked with us.
Yeah.
And that was our plan on how to get you hired.
Oh.
So we hooked you up with Bit Summit because I connected you with John Davis, one of the organizers over there, and our employee Ken and I were plotting on how we could offer you a job at that point.
Yeah.
Like that was already kind of in the works. So it definitely like when Ken our coworker said, "Oh, she's actually going to do the Bit Summit thing. Maybe we should move forward with this." So it has some relation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Bit Summit is going to be great though. They we've heard expectations that there's going to be around like 10,000 people attending, and all of the big sponsors are back. So hopefully that means Nintendo. Hopefully that means like, I don't know who, maybe Microsoft. I don't know. They haven't exposed what any of that is going to be, but it will be big as hell again. And we have some plans on the event. We can't say them just yet, but we're definitely going to do something pretty huge. And I'm excited for you because you're a big event person, and
I love me some events.
Yeah, but like this one's going to be different because you're going to see why we all feel a little bit of ownership and why we all feel a little bit of It's just as much ours as it is the people that actually make the event.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we put our fucking heart and soul into this thing, and I mean, really, for Bit Summit, that's why I have a job in Japan. So I hold it really, really close to my heart, and
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be the fucking shit. I really hope though. I hope that the borders are open. Mm-hmm. I've heard that they might be by June, but I hope that the borders are open so that way international people can come along, because it needs a lot of people.
Yeah,
it'll feel great to have a whole, like, everybody back. Like, I've heard some of your buddies might be coming. Might be at least one of them who's your best friend.
Oh, I can't wait.
She has said that she would if the borders are open. Her name is something. Yeah,
that'd be a dream come true.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Anything else for the summer? Like, what do you think? You had that one thing. She tried to bullshit me a little bit. She was like, "What do people play during the summer?" And she wrote down handhelds. I'm like, that is the perfect summer gaming thing. Mm-hmm. So what the hell do you play during the summer? What do you play?
So, like, if I were to take a handheld, like, on a road trip or something
Sure.
like that, well, now it would definitely be my Switch.
Sure.
But I have a good road trip handheld story for you.
Oh, fuck. Hit me.
When I was little, when the Game Gear came out, my parents got me a Game Gear, which is like the Sega handheld. And I loved it because I loved Sonic the Hedgehog. I was the perfect age for that, like, 90s Tude mascot era.
Yeah.
Like eating chili dogs, Sonic.
Fuck yeah.
That's my favorite Sonic.
Yep.
So I was really excited about the Game Gear. And when I was playing it at home, I usually just sat by the wall so I could plug it in with the AC. Because we got it for Christmas, and I was so excited because for that Christmas, I got a Game Gear. And then they were like, oh, and this summer, we're going to take a road trip to Disneyland. And I was, because my parents are probably like, we didn't want to pay to fly. But
no, but 90s parents, that's what they did.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Especially 3 kids. Like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
So we drove to California from Seattle, and all I had to entertain me was my Game Gear. And I think my parents regretted it more than anything on the planet because of how fast it goes through. It's like, what, 6, 8 AA batteries? Like, and like, oh my gosh, it lasted like, what, 3 hours or whatever on.
Oh, man.
And like, since it was the 90s, we had one like cigarette lighter plug in the car, but 2 Game Gears.
Oh, shit.
And like, it was. It was probably the biggest nightmare for my parents. It'd be like, Mom, it died again. Like,
so you had to always have batteries on deck. Like one is just spitting out batteries, and the other one is plugged in. And then eventually your parents probably were like, you can't both play at the same time.
Can you share one? And we were like,
Share
absolutely not. At one point I did, though, get the like off-brand like battery pack for it that you could like wear on your belt.
I had that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's badass.
What games were on your journey?
At that point, it was probably, Sonic.
Sure. Is it Sonic 2? Is that
Sonic 2?
Yeah.
Yep. And then I had The Lion King, which was basically impossible. I had never made it past. Well, I got to the Elephant Graveyard, and I'm trying to remember. I think right after that or right before it is the Stampede, and I've never seen past that. It's so hard.
Is that game the same as more or less the same as the Genesis?
It's similar, but I'm pretty sure the Game Gear is a little bit its own thing.
Okay. I've played
similar to
I
the
played the
Genesis.
Genesis one and I played the Super Nintendo game, and both of those are needlessly hard.
Yeah, really hard.
Okay. What were your favorite Game Gear games over the years?
I liked Sonic Drift, even though it's really not that good. But
Is that that's the racing game, right?
yeah, and it's a good name.
It is a great name.
It's a really good name.
Really good name.
Still love Sonic. I had there's a lot of 90s shows that got games. I think there's a Marsupilami game and Bonkers. He's
really the cop,
the cop,
the Bobcat cop.
Yeah, with the hot partner.
Oh my God, I forgot about that shit. Was that on the fucking the Disney Friday slot?
Yeah,
Dude,
so
Bonkers. I forgot about Bonkers.
I played a lot of those. I had Echo the dolphin, but I never understood what I was supposed to do in that game.
No.
But yeah, do you have any good when you got handheld kid stories?
I mean, I absolutely had a Game Gear. I got it later because I maybe it was on sale or something. But I still love the Game Gear. I think it's it's huge, and the buttons have nipples on them. Do you remember that?
Yeah, they have little
tiny
nubs.
Why do they have that? You think?
Maybe it's.
Is it easier to? Yeah.
Maybe so you can tell the buttons apart without looking at them.
Do they not both not have nipples? And also, why do you need to know where they? Okay.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I guess I don't have too many of those stories. I was an only child, so if we just had one cigarette lighter and I just played the games.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I didn't have to fight and didn't have to run out of battery. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. But my parents also did the journey from in our case it was from Illinois to Disney World. And who knows how many, was that 2 days of fucking driving? And I actually had just the Game Boy at that point, and all I had was Tetris and Spider-Man.
Nice.
Spider-Man is not a good game, and Tetris gets really boring if you're 6.
Yep.
Yeah. So, fuck the Game Boy. No. Actually, I do have one handheld story, and it's not necessarily summer. I don't know when it was, but when I moved to Korea 10 years ago, I brought my DS with me, and I was somewhere in the middle of Seoul, and there was a sign on the subway that said, and this is super true. I've heard of a couple of other people that are
super true.
Fuck off. There's this sign on the. Look, I'm gonna say all the facts that way somebody can look this shit up. On line 2 in the subway in Seoul, there was a sign that said "Last Car Mario Kart," and I went to the last car, and there were people playing Mario Kart.
What?
Online multiplayer Super Mario Kart DS, and I only saw it the one day, and it was fucking amazing. And I got to play against random people, and nobody had an official cart. Everybody had an R4, including myself, an R4 card, because piracy is good. I can't unfuck myself on that one. I love the DS. I think the DS is the perfect summertime travel machine. I want them to bring back the DS. I think it's as much as I love my Switch, I love the fact that I can stick my DS in my butt pocket, and if you pirate things, you can have every game in the world.
I love the DS. I went on a road trip when the DS Lite came out,
right?
And we planned me and the guy I was dating at the time. We planned our trip around the launch date of the DS Lite, so that way we could pick up our DS Lites the day before and then leave on the road trip the next day. And the DS actually worked out real well because we went to Idaho to this theme park.
What?
And apparently in Idaho in the summer they have a lot of thunder and hailstorms. It's
Sure.
warm, but there's a lot of thunder and hail.
Right.
And so the power went out at the theme park and at our hotel. So all I had was my DS. And that's what I did.
Did you have games at that point?
I had a few games.
Did you have the regular DS, and then that was the
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never had the regular. I just had the Lite. And, that's the regular's huge.
It is
in
big.
retrospect. Yeah. The light is so perfect.
I love it.
Oh man, it's so sexy. Did you just have the red and black one, or did you have like a?
I had the white one.
Ooh, fancy life. Well, that's actually kind of cool and a little not. I don't know if it's romantic is the right word, but it's kind of cool that like you and your boyfriend planned your trip around getting the DS, and then going to Idaho where there's thunderstorms and hail during the summer, and the power outage.
And it was super fun until my DS died.
What?
Power was out.
But the DS has like all battery.
Yeah.
The thing lasts forever.
Lasted for a while.
Okay.
So it
well,
was really great, like, day with the power out.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. I actually like this topic because the handhelds are a summer console.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
They're perfect for travel and like lately on planes and shit, all I do is play my Switch. It's great. I love it.
And what would you say, this is my final question of this topic, what would you say is the perfect summertime Switch title?
Ooh.
Yeah, here we go.
Perfect summertime Switch title.
That's what I said.
Well, all those new Mario Kart courses did just come out. There could be a new like resurgence of Mario Kart playing, like especially if you're going to play with your friends, and the new Mario Party came out.
Yeah,
that all sounds great to me if I'm
are
playing
wrong.
with people.
Okay. So you're not playing with people. What's the game going to be? You're alone. There's no internet.
Well, on the plane here,
Right.
I played The Witcher 3, and that was fantastic.
Oh, right.
to revisit that, yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go, listeners. Play The Witcher 3 on your Nintendo Switch. Play Mario Kart on your DS when you're in the last car in line 2 in Seoul in 2010. And that's all I got.
Hell yeah. Summertime games, y'all.
Hi, it's me, Jeremy Parrish, co-host of the Retronauts podcast, the only video game history podcast that's been around so long, it's also a part of video game history. Every week, one of the motley rabble who host this show leads a deep dive into the past, whether it's to break down a classic franchise, learn more about a timeless game from its creator, or just wallow in nostalgia. Relive history with Retronauts, here on the HyperX podcast network.
And now it's time for the news.
The news.
And actually,
Okay.
in true Mark fashion, he spoiled one of the news stories without even knowing it, and I didn't call him out on it at the time.
Go on.
So Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida announced that Japan is planning on reopening its borders in June. We will further relax controls so that in June it will be possible to enter the country as smoothly as other G7 nations, according to Kishida. The entry requirements will be implemented in stages, and no details have been shared yet. So will there be a quarantine, vaccination requirements, things like that? We don't know that yet. We'll just have to see.
Right.
But could be June.
That's great. Hey, come visit us in June.
Or in August. Midsummer.
Or both. All right. Come hang out with us. That's great news. I actually was only saying I was not guessing that it was opening up, but like someone had said, yeah, it might open up, and I just kind of took it as
someone. It was the Prime Minister.
All right, Prime Minister. We're going to hold you to it. Other G7 nations. What are the G7 nations?
So this is a podcast about video games.
Okay. Good point. Don't know either. All right.
And next up, the Strong Museum of Play revealed the 2022 Video Game Hall of Fame inductees last week.
Shit.
Yeah, get ready.
Okay.
Get ready.
Right.
2022 inductees.
Oh.
Video Game Hall of Fame. We got Ms. Pac-Man, Sid Meier's Civilization, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It wasn't in there. All right.
Okay.
And Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And it joins the ranks of things like Super Mario Brothers, Tetris, and Animal Crossing. And I believe like Mortal Kombat's in there.
Hell yeah, Mortal Kombat's in there, dude. Fuck yeah, that deserves that. Like,
yeah.
All right. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Dance Dance. Yeah.
I'm a little bit surprised Ocarina wasn't already in there. It's one of my favorite games, even though it's so like a lot of people are like, well, everybody likes Ocarina. I'm like, yeah, that's because it's good. Ocarina
it's a good
ran
game.
so Breath of the Wild could fly.
Wow. Shots fired, I guess. Fuck them. How you like me now? Hey, Ms. Pac-Man is a pretty good one. I would have assumed that's on there, but I guess it didn't, historically didn't get as much love as the original one, even though
it's way better.
It's way better. It sold a lot more. Isn't it like the first hack game, not hack as in hacky, but a game that was started out as a hack and then
it might be.
So that's the come up. Big ups to all the people that worked on Ms. Pac-Man.
And it comes at an interesting time as well. I don't know if you've heard, but there's Ms. Pac-Man is currently in a little bit of litigation.
Shit.
For, Namco versus the people who actually created Ms. Pac-Man.
I have not heard.
And so in the latest release of one of the Pac-Man collections, Ms. Pac-Man now has a pink hat and pink lipstick and pink heels instead of a red bow and red lipstick.
And
because they can't really use the character Ms. Pac-Man right now because of the litigation.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it comes at a weird time that gets inducted, but now people are and they just kind of went on yeah, this is Ms. Pac-Man, and everyone's like, wait, yo, Pac-Man remarry?
Wow, that's cool. Mrs. Pac-Man over there.
It's weird timing.
Mistress Pac-Man.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I want to know more about this, so let's do some research and do a book report.
Do Ms. Pac-Man book report.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know why there's some litigation going on. I assume it's because the people that made it were like, "Hey, Namco, you never actually paid us."
I'm assuming it's something like that.
It's got to be
that.
Well, that's cool.
Interesting, though.
So big ups to Sid Meier and Ms. Pac-Man crew and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Dance Dance. That one's I don't like Dance Dance at all, but holy shit, the world does. Good
yeah,
Lord.
and I can totally see why it made it in. And I remember even going to movie theaters in the 90s, and whenever they had an arcade, at that point, a lot of the time, especially late 90s, early 2000s, nobody was playing the arcade games except Dance Dance Revolution.
Except Dance Dance.
Yeah, that one had a line and people watching, and it was crazy. So
Yeah.
I totally understand why that's there, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I feel bad for Lethal Enforcer and Contra and
Lethal Enforcers is great.
It is great, dude. Bring that needs to be at the Strong Museum of Play, Video Game Hall of Fame inductee. It's a Konami title from 1991, I assume. And what else is the news?
So next up, one of my favorite games on the Xbox 360. But so Left 4 Dead almost didn't have zombies in it. Can you imagine Left 4 Dead without zombies? I feel like that's just Back 4 Blood. But so in a recent interview with Valve writer Chet Falisek.
Okay.
Falisek,
Yeah,
yes.
let's go with this. Sorry about that. We don't know. We like you, Chet.
Yeah, Chet. He revealed that company president Gabe Newell originally didn't want zombies in the series because they're too cheesy. And mind you, this is before the zombie boom of things like, The Walking Dead, 28 Days Later. This was before a lot of that kind of stuff. So
it was not before 28 Days Later.
I'm sure when they were pitching Left 4 Dead, might have been before that. Probably not 28 Days Later, but definitely Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, but it was before it was right
Dead.
after the early boom of Shaun of the Dead, and then before the Walking Dead television show.
Yeah, zombies are too cheesy, but I really love the Left 4 Dead series. Really love it.
Yeah, you do.
It wouldn't be the same without zombies.
What if they were Nazis?
I could shoot a Nazi.
Okay, all right.
I played Wolfenstein.
Yeah. Like Wolfenstein. Wait, I don't know if that has the zombie mode. That would be weird. That's a weird. This is a weird piece of news because it's that's like saying the creator of Mario almost didn't put a jump in there.
Yeah, because Left 4 Dead, that's Dead's also in the name because it's zombies, but they could also kill you, and you don't want to leave people behind. But there's also 4 players. Whoa!
What would the game have been then? That's what I want to know. Left 4 is Dead is in the fucking title.
Yeah, I wonder if they would have just gone the Back 4 Blood route, even though Back 4 Blood is by a lot of the same people who worked on Left 4 Dead. But that's more of a virus. So then it's more the Resident Evil track, where Resident Evil, they're zombies as well, even though that's the virus. But
it's a fucking zombie. They're all
zombies.
It's like even Walking Dead, they don't call them zombies. They call them like I don't know,
walkers.
Walkers.
But they're zombies.
It's all fucking zombies. Is Left 4 Dead? This is pardon my ignorance. Is it part of the Night of the Living Dead series?
It is not.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's. I mean, I think everything that zombie is inspired in some way by Night of the Living Dead.
I mean, it's obviously inspired. Everything is, or at least it's all inspired by Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Because malls and fucking being trapped, and it's really you against humans, not you against fucking zombies.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just wondering because the word "dead's" in the title, and Night of the Living Dead is open source. Anyone, or is that the right word? Copyright free. So it is actually. Yeah. So just wondering if it was like somehow part of that Left 4 Dead. I'd never thought about it. I don't know anything about the series. So
It's great. You should try it.
Okay, I will.
And now it's time for Call Me Up, where we answer your Discord questions. Want to ask us a question that we might answer on the podcast thing? Go over to our Discord, Shoe High Labs, and go to the Call Me Up channel.
Great. Fucking great, Kinsey.
Smooth.
Yeah. Kinsey, Burke, what? What's the first fucking question?
First question. With all the buzz around the Playdate, what's another quirky control scheme that you'd like to follow in the Crank's footsteps?
Oh, that is a great question.
Yeah.
I want a mixing bowl. And it's a kitchen. All right.
I like it.
All right.
I think we should bring trackballs back, but like a big trackball.
Like a track bowling ball.
Like almost like
Ooh.
then it's like Katamari. Like using the palms of your hand.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And like Katamari-ing it.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Katamari-ing it.
Katamari that shit. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a weird question because like because ultimately it's about controlling the input. It's an input controller, so I don't know.
Ooh, what about like an inverted D-pad? Oh wait. Ooh. Where like the button is kind of like squishy.
The button presses you?
The button presses you. Where like it's like a big round button, kind of like the Steam controller style, you know, where it's like a big round thing.
Yes,
but the button goes in as though you're like pushing on like a like silly putty.
Ew.
And then you like control it that way. Ooh. I take it back. I take it all back.
I don't know, man. People will sexualize that. Okay. That came from one of our mods, Yikmid, and you know what, Yikmid, don't ask that question again because people will just want to have sex with it. All right, great.
Katamari.
They will have sex with it.
Next up,
yes.
What's your favorite PlayStation 1 game that you generally assume others haven't heard of, and it cannot be Pepsi Man?
Okay.
Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man.
Dun, 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 dun.
First, the Pepsi Man thing is a great.
It's a good answer.
It is a great answer because for me, one of my buddies in high school brought me back Pepsi Man.
So cool.
Actually, he brought it back from the Philippines, and it was a hack version of it. I still have it. It's such poor quality of a case. It was like photocopied. But at the time, like imagine in 1999, I'm showing this to everyone and everyone's like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. So, Steven, thank you for asking that. What's your...
So typically on this question, I would answer with like Vib Ribbon.
Oh, right.
But
you do like Vib Ribbon.
I love Vib Ribbon.
Yeah.
But thanks E3 2013 or whatever.
Right.
Because like, they mentioned Vib Ribbon, and then everyone's like, what's Vib Ribbon?
Right.
And now people know what it is. But I don't know. I feel like, I guess that's still pretty niche. Mm-hmm. I love Vib Ribbon. Like, it's a rhythm game that's like, the art style is great. It's like all black and white, scribbly. Like, it's even hard to describe because, like, you start as a bunny, you make two mistakes, you become a frog. Mm-hmm. If you go below that, you go a worm. And then if you go before a worm, you lose. But if you do better, you become like a freaking queen, and it's awesome.
Freaking queen.
And the music's really good. I've played it several times, just like while I'm getting ready in the morning, and I'll pump up to some Vib Ribbon.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's pretty cool. All right. For me, I'm gonna say Adventures of Tron Bon. Do people know that one? I actually don't know.
Collectors do because it's $1 million.
I didn't know that.
But
I own
I feel like most people maybe not.
Okay, yeah, I'm a huge fan of that one. Like a little spin-off of Mega Man Legends. And a really weird one that I played a lot in high school was Quake 2. And it's not Quake 2. It is. It looks like shit. But it was 4-player FPS on the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
You didn't use the analog stick. So in order to aim up and down, you would use R and L.
Whoa.
And so all of us got really good at using as though it was analog.
So specific, to be good at it.
Yeah, we got really, really good at it because I lived in a military apartment complex, and everybody had a PlayStation. Nobody had an N64, so I had the only FPS game.
Mm-hmm.
So we got really, really good at that game. I still think it's pretty good. I think it holds up, actually. That's my answer.
Nice, good. That's a good answer. PS1's a great system.
It still is great.
Yeah, that's the first system that I got really into RPGs.
When I was
stuff.
when I was at home this last trip, my parents asked me to go through my games to get rid of stuff, and my PlayStation 1, it was like Suikoden and Final Fantasy Tactics and all these games. I'm like, oh, all of these games still hold up.
Yeah.
They all do.
PlayStation 1's great.
So great.
So next question. What game holds the most badass character you've ever created?
What the flying fuck? What game holds the most badass character? Do you know what that means?
I do.
Okay.
So I would say probably my Skyrim character.
Oh.
Like one of my Skyrim games, I have like a sneaky archer, which I know like sneaking is kind of OP in Elder Scrolls games, but it's so satisfying to like go all the way through a dungeon. Nobody ever knows you're there, including the boss. Like you get to the end of the dungeon, you see the boss, and you're like in the shadows, and you're like, I got my bow, and you kill the boss, and everything. Well, like, no one ever knew that you were there, and it's awesome, and I love it. Or maybe one of my Destiny characters, but a season that is gone, and so that character no longer.
Oh, it's not the Guardian games, huh? I
gotta
see.
play it more. I gotta build my character up.
Sounds like you do. And I'm gonna download now. Game.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer to this one. I don't really know any game I play is that. No, I don't know. Next question.
Next question is, what's your most hype game for 2022-23 that's not coming from the Chuhai Lab studio?
Oh, darn. Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
That's it.
I'm really excited for Stray as well.
Okay.
The Annapurna game with the stray cat and with the backpack, with the robot people. Yeah, I'm really excited about that game.
And I think... I'm going to go ahead and say Gunbrella now.
Definitely.
Having just heard of it, looking at it today, being like, okay, this is a game I want to fucking play.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's a lot of games that are coming out that are pretty cool. Yeah.
I heard that the Yakuza studio is working on a new thing. I don't know if that's 2022-23, but whatever it is, I'm excited about it.
Has there ever been a Yakuza game where they fight other countries' gangs, like the Chinese triads or the mafia or the... I
don't think so, but I haven't played every Yakuza game.
Because I want that.
I just really like Ichiban. He's kind of great.
I understand you do, because his name is Ichiban.
And it's turn-based. I love it.
Okay. But wouldn't you want them to team up with some other crime syndicate and they have...
pretty sweet. Actually, did you ever... Total tangent.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the TV show Giri Haji?
No. Tell me about Giri Haji.
Because I started watching it because someone said that the Japanese in it is relatively easy to follow, if you're learning Japanese. So that's why I started watching it originally. But it turns out there's actually not that much Japanese in it, so I don't actually know why they recommended it to me. But I'm glad they did.
Okay.
Because it's basically there's a little bit of Yakuza stuff in Japan, and then a guy's wanted. He goes to London.
Right.
And then it brings a lot of that Yakuza stuff over to London, and then there's the London Mafia thing there, and it's a nice little mix. You should watch that show.
I will watch Giri Haji starring London Mafia.
Starring London Mafia.
I will watch that because I'm just saying, wouldn't
that'd be really cool,
Yakuza 00. It takes place in 1960, and they have to go. They have to go to meet the mafia. And they learn how to do more drug dealing. What crimes do you do in Yakuza? They're bad guys. They're criminals.
What I really like about Yakuza is it gives a lot of like gravity and weight to killing people. Whereas like if you kill people in like Grand Theft Auto, you just mow a million people over, you know.
Yeah.
But in Yakuza, like if you kill somebody, people are like, oh shit, you killed that guy, you know. And like I just really like that it does that. So I feel like when you think of mafia games in the West, that would be a really interesting like clash of cultures, because especially from like a video game perspective, like how I'm sure in Mafia the game,
right? Yeah, you're whacking people all the time.
Probably kill a lot of people. So.
Right. Even though the reality would be not a lot.
Right.
Yeah, like because it's bad and it's hard to get away with and it's dangerous.
Be a cool dichotomy though. I'd like to see Yakuza overseas.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. All right, so Yakuza team, hit us up because we're gonna make you a game. She's gonna write it because she likes fan fiction and all the pretty boys. Which is the most pretty one? In
Yakuza?
Yeah, sure.
See, that's up for debate.
Who's your husbando?
Maybe Majima, but he's a little not a little. He's a lot cray-cray.
But is he hot as hell?
In his own way.
In his own
way. He's like the crazy guy. I'm sure he's fun at parties.
All right. Is he the guy with long hair? And like a big collar, or is that literally
he's the eye patch guy?
Oh, the eye patch guy. Got it.
Yeah, okay. Eye patch guy, snakeskin jacket, no shirt. That guy.
All right. Yeah, of course he is. Viewers, send Kinsey direct messages with pictures of eye patch guy without a shirt. If you don't have a shirt on right now, don't send us
don't send that picture.
Send those to me. And I'll forward them along.
Only if you're wearing an eye patch.
Yeah, eye patch, no shirt, and your name is, what's his name?
Majima?
Yeah, Majima. Your name is no. You don't have no. You know what? Just send your pictures of yourself.
Nasty Labs.
And that's all the time we have for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening, watching, however you enjoy Nasty Labs. There's new merch available right now for pre-order on theyeti.com/ChewHighLabs. What can you get?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. So what you can get right now, we don't have one. I can't show you, but it's a fucking mug, dude. You can get a Nasty Labs mug. You can show that off to all your coworkers. They'll be like, what is that? Is that people you know? And you can be like, not really. But I appreciate them, and they're my internet friends now. And you can get our other merch, including Whitewater Wipeout cassette tapes and tank tops. You can get some Chew High Labs t-shirts. You got it all. Just go ahead and go to the website.
theyeti.com/ChewHighLabs. And as always, you can get Carved Snowboarding, which is out right now on the Oculus Quest. Halloween Forever's out right now on the Switch eShop. And right now, you can wishlist Curse to Golf on Steam.
I would do that. Okay, so let's do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right now. And Mark Lentz, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at The Henry Demos on Twitter and everything else, but I don't say that usually. So you can find me on Twitter. Send me DMs of eye patches. Great.
And you can find me at Kinzilla, Kinszilla, on all the things, but mostly Twitter. And as always, follow us at Chew High Labs on all the things. As always, how many times? Drink every time I say as always. Big thanks to the HyperX Podcast Network. And thanks, y'all, for listening. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.